So I said I was going to be rambling about House with what happened in episode 1 of season 2 of the Fallout TV show. Cleo is joining for the chats because she really likes the law talks. So when I was in Vegas, I was basically doing some thinking about House because House is one of my favorite characters in the franchise, and I think he's like that for a lot of people too. But one thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I think that House accounted for every single possibility that could happen when it came to Vegas, when it came to the Platinum Chip, when it came to the Courier. So if you go back and look at that video, I done a series of 3 videos. It was when I was in Hoover Dam, so going back to I think it was beginning mid-November. I was talking about how House would never have trusted the Courier, ever. He wanted the Courier to think that he trusted them, and he used that classic manipulation tactic of being oh, you're the only one I can trust. But that was all a lie. House didn't trust anyone. House only trusted himself. And House became who he was because he knew what to gamble on. House calculated absolutely everything. So with a man who got to where he was in the world, why would he trust a random stranger with the most important thing that he has in his arsenal, a plan that was over 200 years in the making? There's no way he didn't know about Benny. There's no way that every part of that strip wasn't completely kitted out in every kind of surveillance that you can imagine, right? Let's be real. But trust in the Courier, that was something that House needed a lot of contingency for. And this is where we're going into spoiler territory, because the show handled the actor switch that they done with House in such a smart way. Of course, the smartest man in the world, the most powerful man in the world, is not going to want to have a target on his back. He's going to be aware of the target on his back, about who would want to get his power, who would want to be able to control him. Having a body double, ingenious. So House. And that gives me a lot of faith that they actually know what they're doing with House. And the first few minutes of the show alone confirm that my theory is, well, I think it's going to be correct. If you chose to kill House, no matter what ending you chose of New Vegas, House still won. House had the contingency. He accounted for if you decided to side with the Legion, the NCR, if you decided to just do a Benny and go yes man and betray him, even if you decided to go with him, House would never share that power. He would never share that control. That's too many variables that he can't control. I think that body that the Courier can find and kill very easily, by the way, that is either another body double, or it's, as I've thought a long time, at some point, House no longer needed that body. Or if he did need his body, I don't buy it. If he did, then that was not it. There was no way that he would let anyone have access that could kill him, you know? And I think that's what they're teasing with the whole body double actor switch thing, is that basically whoever the Courier thought that they killed, if they went down that route, it wasn't House. But House wanted the Courier to believe that he was dead. And if House didn't account for the Courier betraying him, then why is it that when you kill House to take over, that every Securitron on the strip will come out and pass out obituaries, pre-programmed obituaries? An obituary for a man who has been in control and in power for the last 200 years, has had everything under control for the last 200 years. He's like, oh yes, I'm dead. Everyone mourn me. It tells us two things, right? It tells us, one, that House took into account in his probability and predictions that he was going to die, or that someone was going to try and kill him. He accounted for that. And whoever did kill him, he really wanted them to think that he was dead. So tell me, if the house didn't account for the courier betraying him, what's with that obituary? Why was that body so easily accessible in the area that is literally just beyond his mainframe computer? It doesn't make sense. He knew. And when the courier betrayed him, he was biding his time and waited until it was safe for him to come out with his backup plan. That's my theory. And that's where I'm going with it. Series, prove me right or wrong.